Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Sorry, the break was a little bit longer than expected, um, but we're here now.
Yes, we are.
So,
Hobgoblins and all.
Hobgoblin, you have your three men. You don't have names for them. And what are you guys doing?
Setting out in search of oxen. So I think I'll just head to the nearest farm.
Okay.
Have we already been raiding this countryside for a while?
Yeah, you are one of a few Hobgoblin tribes that own this
There's,
countryside. Um, Occasionally, you'll butt into the other one. Sometimes it ends in combat. Sometimes it ends in one side just letting the other side have wherever they are. Sometimes there's trade or peace negotiations or whatever. Um, yeah.
all right. Um, so I'll head towards a nearby human village that I'm familiar with.
Cool.
And they have oxes. If they don't, I guess I'll kill them and ask them which of their neighbors have the oxen. Yeah, so let's see.
Okay. You guys cruise on over to the closest village, which is not too terribly far away. And very quickly from the outside, you can see that they have lots of animals penned up. You've got some horses, you've got some pigs, you've got some goats, you see some cows. Oxen and
Does that
cows are
count?
pretty much the same.
Yeah,
An
let me
ox would
steal
be
those fucking
preferable,
cows.
but
I stop the hobgoblins like over. It's hilly country, right? Or
mhm,
is it pretty flat? Oh,
very
it's pretty
soft
flat.
rolling hills. That delay.
Like, so do we see this village from a distance? Am I able to find us any cover and like get my? I think we're just gonna have to like take turns monologuing.
Yeah, I think so. Um, you can see the hill, the farm from quite a ways away, from a few miles out. Um, and there's like going to be another downward slope and then another hill before a downward slope in the farm. So you still have like another hill of cover that you can get behind to get within a mile of the place.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop my hobgoblins before that ridge and
hmm
keep them below the hill line,
hmm
and I will scout on ahead by myself.
How close would you like to get?
Myself, um, as close as I have cover, I guess. So my move silently is 40. My hidden shadow is only 5. So I'm gonna like try and sneak my way like bush to bush to get a little better view, so that I can at least make out people within the village and like where they are, and if there's any armed guards or anything.
Okay. Roll in some checks. Holy shit. Okay. So you get actually pretty close to the village. You find some nice cover by some bushes, a couple of large boulders. This hill's got like a slight ravine cut in it to what looks like once upon a time was maybe a walkway, but the walkway's been overgrown since then. Um, and you get to about 100 feet out from a fence that would pen in some pigs. And then along the fence,
Mm-hmm.
there's a barn a little bit ways down. So you're 100 feet from the fence, 200 feet from a barn, which is not too terribly far.
Okay. But my men are like what, thousands of feet away, like up and over the hill.
They're like 2 miles away.
Oh yikes! Do I see any humans about? Any guards? Any farmers?
You see some farmers. You see a father teaching a couple of boys, maybe they're friends or cousins or something. They're very close together in age. How to ride a horse. He's giving them some lessons. There's a what presumes to be the horseman's wife nearby, folding some laundry over a sheet and looking at the kids. You can almost hear their laughter blowing in over the wind. Uh, Further into the village, You see people carrying around some supplies. It looks like a woman's got some bread, and she's trading it with another woman, and they're chatting over something. There's a butcher who is hanging up some
How
meat
many
over a fire.
buildings?
It's a small village, maybe 20. You're probably looking at 50 buildings, including houses, farms, shops,
Probably not
sheds.
one warrior amongst them. There may be a couple long swords hidden beneath the floorboards, but
Yeah,
these are villagers.
these
Okay,
are
I go
villagers.
back. Link back towards my hobgoblins,
Hmm.
and I arrange them just for an assault. So, am I able to get back to the group without being spotted or
To the best of your
anything?
knowledge, you have not been spotted when you get back to the group.
Okay. All right. So I round the ridge and probably find the hobgoblins lounging around. All right, up men! I shout at them in hobgoblin.
What is the plan of attack?
We walk in, we take their cows, kill anyone that stands before us. There's not a warrior amongst them.
Ugh,
Sheeple, all of them.
these cowmen are so
Stay,
soft.
Stay close.
It is almost not worth the honor of killing them. They are as
Indeed.
kobolds.
That's why we go for the cows. We take their meat.
The cows are better warriors than the men.
All right, now keep it down.
Yes,
And I
sir.
do my best to like hush them and like keep them moving somewhat stealthily, but we pretty much just stomp over the ridge. I think I realize we're making too much noise, and I'm like, all right, guys, we're charged. Come on, let's charge. And I like try and convince them to run the last mile. And my charisma's off, but maybe they don't. You tell me.
Your charisma may be awful, but you are their spiritual leader.
Yeah.
So give me a charisma check, and we'll just kind of see how that plays itself out.
That will be D20 plus 6.
Oh God.
17. So I'm unable to whip them into a run.
No, you whip them into a run. It's the sort of thing where you're like, "Charge, men!" and they exchange some glances, and then they kind of reluctantly or half-heartedly charge.
We jogged the last half mile or whatever.
Yeah, as they close, they start yelling out actual things and full-on charge in because they're proper hobgoblins.
Right. If they get more than like 60 to 100 feet away from me,
Mm-hmm.
I'll shout at them, try and corral them close, so that if anyone goes down, I can get to them to heal or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm going for the cows and letting the hobgoblins be hobgoblins. And if they
All right. You see
they need to
people
set something
fleeing
on
before you.
fire or
You see villagers flee before you. There's screams and shouts. They run towards their houses. There's fathers calling for families, mothers calling for children, children calling for parents. No one really stands in your way. You get to the fields where the cow are completely unmolested. But you know from experience that occasionally they'll kind of rally up and get their shit together and come back out. You have time to get 1, 2, maybe 3 cows out before they can even get their shit together. If you want to do anything more than that,
I'll take 2 cows. If I can, I probably need to find like a piece of rope or something that I can tie around their necks. And
yeah,
it's not very easy to get cows to do things.
is it not? I've never tried to herd a cow before.
I think they're just sort of big, dumb herd animals. So they kind of just like.
Well, I think hobgoblins herd cows by hitting them in the butt or stabbing them.
Yeah.
And motivating them with pain.
Dagger if necessary, and sort of prod these 2 cows out of the enclosure.
Yeah.
Look over my shoulder to see what the 3 hobgoblins I brought with me are up to.
One of them's helping you corral the cows. The other 2 have set up kind of a defensive stance and are watching corners and barns and buildings and just looking about. They're used to raiding. They know what's going down.
Yeah, I shout back to them, take whatever you want. Let's get out of here. And
the 2 of them that are on guard charge towards a barn.
Okay. So I start to get the cows moving like out of the enclosure and like see if they'll get the impression and start wandering that way themselves. and I'll make sure that I wait for the two that ran into the barn.
Okay.
I'll probably I'll get a quarrel ready in my crossbow.
Oh, it's worth noting. We mentioned this last time we played in this setting, but I should mention again that this western island here, this whole great continental landmass, is very, very poor iron. Most weapons and armor are made out of brass or bronze or something like that.
So do the steel cost more than usual?
Steel costs a lot more, and you find a lot less metal weapons and metal armors.
So
metal weapons that they do have to make a saving throw versus crushing blow every time they roll a critical.
Okay. So do the are my blades made of steel, or should I have like stone daggers?
You probably have bronze daggers. Did you return a lot of gold?
Yes, I did. So I could have steel.
You can have steel daggers, which function totally normally. But that said, you also don't have chainmail armor.
No, yeah. I'll find an elf and murder him and steal his magical elf and chainmail someday.
Awesome. But your men all have studded leather armor on, which gives them AC 13. Probably
studded with bones or something.
Yeah, you would know your standard dudes have AC 13 and +1 to hit and do like D6 damage. So you hear some cries coming from the barn. It sounds like your two hobgoblins are assaulting maybe a person hiding in there. Your other guy gets his cow together. You get your cow together, and then the cries in the barn change a little bit different. They change from like sounds of gleeful hacking to more of like struggle and having to resist.
I mean, like it goes on for a minute or two.
I'm
going to run to the barn as soon as I realize things are going south. I'll tell the hobgoblin to stay there with the cows. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't know that he'll obey me, but that's what I shout as I go running towards the barn.
You turn the corner to look in through the barn.
I've got like a crossbow under one arm and like a dagger in my hand. So I'm going to I'm like ready for anything.
You see one of your hobgoblins deflecting a man who's wielding a long sword, bronze long sword, of course. Deflecting his blow pretty easily, and then the guy comes up and just runs him through. Actually rolls a critical. His weapon needs to make a save versus a crushing blow, which I'm glad I just told you about these things. Just running through one of your men all the way through. The guy slides off, falls to the ground. The other hobgoblin screams a cry of, "Burn in hell, you horrible human!" And I drop both my dice on the ground. Come on. You can pick up dice. And hacks at him with an 11, which is a miss. You can roll initiative for this round of combat. This would be round 3 between the two of them.
So there's one human, one hobgoblin, one dead hobgoblin fighting in this barn. Are there any animals or any obstacles I need to be aware of?
Nothing major. There are some chicken coops on either side. There's plenty of ropes and just farm implements all over the place. But nothing important that I can think of right now.
Okay. Do I get penalties for being too close to someone with my crossbow?
No.
Okay. Only just melee attacks opportunities?
Yes.
So I had 12 on my initiative.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. The human warrior goes first. He takes a slash with his long sword, which is a wild miss. What is your perception?
11, I think. All of my stats are 11. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Just kidding.
It is... your hobgoblin ally goes. He stabs with his spear, glancing off of the guy's sword blade. And then it's your turn.
I shoot the human in the back.
Okay, we have been... the human's front is towards you right now. So your hobgoblin's actually in the way of him. I would say the guy has partial cover, 25% cover from your own hobgoblin.
Step into the building and circle around him?
Yeah, but you'd have to get pretty close.
I can switch to a... Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. I'll circle straight around him holding the crossbow, I guess, and get it in position. If there's enough room to walk in this, in the barn, to get around him? Or do I-
Not to get all the way around him. Like, you would take an attack of opportunity, or you'd have to take a withdraw action
Okay.
to get
I just
past
shoot
him.
I shoot him in the face.
With cover, or you get.
No, I step in, I circle strafe a little ways around him.
You're gonna have to get within 15
Scowl
feet
at
to
him,
get
yeah.
no penalty, but that's fine.
Sure. Yeah. I just close it in, crossbow trained on him, just slowly, calmly walk in towards him.
Give him a shot.
At some point, I guess, sheathed my dagger in the process because I think I need
Sure.
two hands. Or can I dagger one hand and like prop my crossbow against it?
You can do that, but then you can't reload.
All right, I think I just get a straight d20 plus 1 for Dex. 10. Does he have armor on?
He does. Looking now, you notice that he has chainmail on, which is really unusual. As I just mentioned, it's not a common thing here.
Initiative. Actually, has my hobgoblin gone yet?
He has gone. Initiative.
I'm going to be casting a spell, so I'll be like stepping behind my hobgoblin and casting a Cure Light Wounds on the fallen one.
Okay.
Casting 10, 5. I still get a +1 for Dex, right?
No, that's only for weapons.
Okay, so then that's actually a 13. Crap.
Hold on, I'm trying to calculate your hobgoblin's HP total.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't cast the spell if he's obviously dead, but I haven't had time to inspect him. So
Right. Your initiative is 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So the human goes first. He takes a swing with his sword. It's a hit. Ooh, that was... Sorry. Oh shit. Your hobgoblin takes a ton of damage and just collapses into the ground in a little bit of a bloody mess. You notice the human is leaking blood from a wound on his leg. But you get to your
casting
turn.
the spell, and I think the spell's going, right?
The spell's going. You get to the first.
I'll heal whichever hobgoblin looks like still has a pulse.
So you come up to the one that you were most close to.
The one that just fell. Like I was originally going for the fallen one, but the guy. I think I can change targets.
Yeah, you can change targets.
So I try to like prop him up. I said I was trying to get behind him for cover, and he like dies
Right.
on top of me. So I try and hold him up, and I'm like, Marasi, I am not done with this body yet. Lend it to me for just a moment more. And
Magic courses through him, and he returns to 1 HP. Normally, it's if you go to 0 exactly and come up to 1, you're fine. But since this is in the same round, I'm going to say his spirit is still within him, and he's fine to fight. Same round.
So I cure him, like prop him up. I like caught him while he was like dying, and I just like shove him back at the knight and use him as a meat shield for another minute as we roll for initiative again.
The hole that was through his arm where the knight's sword was is healed up now, and you can see I shouldn't call him a knight, but the human's face kind of darken with surprise and a little bit of horror, and we roll initiative.
God, I can't catch a break on these initiative rolls. He's got a longsword? Or
Yep.
What does he have?
Longsword. Actually, sorry. At the very end of that round, he got a second attack,
Fuck.
which he missed. Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, you go first. 9 is best.
All right. So I slip around the knight, pulling out a dagger as I do, and if he turns to face me, I stick it in his gut. If he stays facing the hobgoblin that just came back to life,
He does one of those turns, so you're on his right and the hobgoblin's on his left, and his back is to a wall.
All right. God, he's got chain mail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not an ordinary farmer.
Yeah, I've already closed. I'm better off in missile range, but I guess I just stab at him.
Okay, give me a roll to hit. Oh,
yeah,
that's beautiful.
Is that a crit? It's flank attack, right? So it should have been a 20.
That's true. That 20 is flank. That is a crit.
Right. So 2d4. 6 points of damage.
He drops to the ground on one knee.
Is he still alive? Or?
Still alive.
I guess
He needs to make a saving throw versus death.
Yes, he does.
That is a fail. Give me a D6 for severity, please. How did it get so dark in here?
It's night. 1. Nothing happens.
Oh, clearly, yeah. Okay. Awesome.
So is he still alive?
He is still alive.
I shouted. I say in common, "Lay down your sword, fool. Your
Okay.
cows are not worth dying over." And then I barked to my hobgoblin friend, "Kill," in hobgoblin. As
Okay.
that
You're
made
the
us-
knight. Well, I don't know why I keep calling him a knight. He's not. But the human goes next, and he takes the withdraw action and backs out of the. I know you guys are kind of pincering him in, but he limps over to the other side and starts
to
to
the
like.
back of the building or out the door.
Out-
You get an opportunity attack from the hobgoblin. If he
You
does
will
it.
get. You can make an attack of opportunity because he has to. He's going to back out
Well,
towards the.
you can withdraw to not take attacks opportunity.
Yeah, but here, I'm going to doodle it for us because what I'm.
Well, you made it sound like I couldn't close with him, or I couldn't circle around him without him getting an attack opportunity. So it seems like there's not like 5 feet of walking space if you're
Okay.
standing in the middle of the
I think we might have misunderstood each other at some point. We will rectify this shortly. So this is what the barn looks like. Big doors on either side, they're both open. You guys came in from the bottom, and you had, I should mention that this side here is all like pens with animals in them.
Okay.
Same on
Do
the
they
side.
have any animal? Do we have?
They
any
have
animal-
chickens and pigs in here right now.
Like, did the hobgoblins release them, or
No,
have
they
not?
were fighting this human the entire time. It looks
Okay.
like.
The guy was just like waiting in the barn. It looks like this.
Or the guy came in while they started to, and they just didn't get anywhere yet. So you had a dude here and a dude here that were fighting. Those are hobgoblins and humans are the same. The human's gonna be in lowercase against this,
It's hobgoblin's master race.
right? And then your guys
So
on
I
the left
keep
side
in the arrow?
had your guy on the left side had died.
Mhm.
And if you wanted to circle around him, he would have had like an opportunity attack unless you did a withdraw. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
Oh
But
shit!
I think I wound up like somewhere here or something like that. Like after that hobgoblin died, and I propped him up.
Yeah. So after that guy died, and then came back, this guy moved.
But
Then
he can withdraw and move it a third his movement and just back up.
he moved here. Yeah, but then I can't move you
Like-
for some reason. But you ended up a little bit over here to attack him.
Yeah.
So you guys were kind of flanking him, like. Actually, one more square to the left. God, I can't capture these things. There we go. Yeah. So if he wants to withdraw, he can't really go anywhere. Like he could do this, but you guys could still. It's within 5 feet, and I think it's kind of
This is
silly for a
back
person
whether or
just
not
to.
he withdraws. I don't know what the rules say on withdraw actions. But
What I'm going to say is that withdraw, like he can't if he tries to withdraw through here, you guys can just move with
I
him.
think I still get. I
and
think
keep
I
him
get an
boxed
opportunity
in.
attack from him exposing his back. Regardless.
Right. So that I'm going to say he is going to try and go through your area, your side, which gives you an attack of opportunity against him. That's kind of an awkward thing, but instead of both of you getting one, he's
Yeah.
withdrawing and just preventing one this time.
I lunge at him with my dagger, but he slips away.
He slips away. Keep
Which
hitting my
direction does he go?
towards the top, towards the town, limping pretty badly as he goes, dripping a whole bunch of blood behind him.
I run after him. And
Okay, it's been how many rounds of combat? You came in, you shot, you healed, you
that was
stabbed.
2. That was second round. So the guy's lost 2 HP.
Right.
I think.
Mm.
Right.
Your
I'm gonna
guy.
go to huck my daggers up.
Your guy chases after as well and throws his spear at the retreating man. 12, 13, 14 for back attack, 15 against AC 15. Actually hits the guy,
Take him down.
hits him through the middle of his body, and the human just collapses in the street.
Kill steal.
Totally.
So next round, are we still in initiative?
No. Are you?
Right,
What
so
are you doing?
I was gonna chase him down with daggers, but I see that the hobgoblin brought him down. I shout, "Take his armor! Take his sword! Drag the body back here quick if you need." And then I'm gonna run to the fallen hobgoblin and assess his wounds
Okay.
and try and stop bleeding if possible.
You assessing his wounds, he's dead.
Okay.
He's just
so I'm
flat
going to
out
go
dead.
back and make sure that we get the longsword and the chainmail.
So as you're standing up to go back out, you see your guy turning and running towards you, saying, "We should go! We should go now!"
Does he have the?
He's got nothing. No.
Does he stop? How far away is the body?
It's around the corner, so 150 feet. Out of the barn, around the corner, down the street a little ways.
Fucking idiot! And I turn to run with him.
Okay. He runs with you, and you see coming around the corner a moment later what looks to be 12 angry farmers with pitchforks and hoes and improvised weapons.
I have missile weapon style, so I can make one attack around and move full movement, correct?
Yes, but they have 12 movement and you have 9.
Yeah.
But you can still do it.
So I'm going to be providing cover fire, shooting bolts over my shoulder as we run back towards the cows and our ally on the edge of town.
Cool. Let's see.
And I wouldn't mind making another assault.
Can you give me, please, an attack roll as you do this?
Yeah, so as soon as I see them around the corner, I load up a bolt as I'm running and take a shot. 10.
Whoops, I had completely forgotten to show chat the map. Ha! Sorry, guys.
Screw you, chat.
The 10 is a hit.
And I do d6 plus 1.
All right.
7 points of damage.
That drops a human to the ground. You see the angry mob stop and immediately scatter for cover in the barn as you guys round up the oxen and take off, or the cows, and take off. The humans do not pursue past the barn, but you can see them peering out, and the occasional one will come out and shake his.
If anyone, I've got enough bolts that I'll take a shot if anyone exposes themselves partially.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of people poke their heads. A few moments. After a few moments, one guy steps all the way out and actually, shakes his pitchfork at you angrily, completely exposing himself.
I'm just waiting for this while the hobgoblins get organized.
Oh shit! Even at long range, that's an 11, which is a hit. You peg him.
Okay, I don't know if I.
He drops to the ground, unconscious, dead, faking it. Who knows?
Sniper. All right, that's 3 bolts down. I think I'm 3 for 3. Oh no, I missed the very first one.
Yeah. The 3 remaining of you escape. The guy that was left with the cows says,
right, I actually give a whack on the head to the guy who took down the swordsman. Like, you fool, you know how valuable that steel was.
Do you saw how many of them there were? I am no coward, but man does not throw himself to death needlessly.
I didn't call you coward. You fought bravely back there. I called you a fool.
What was I to do?
Take the sword, the armor if you can.
They were on me before I could begin.
I shrug. I say, I have no need for these things, but an up-and-coming warrior like yourself needs to keep his eyes peeled for sharp steel.
Yes, Dark
And
Priest.
I think the mood is sour as we trudge back to town, or trudge back to our encampment with 2 cows and 1 less hobgoblin.
You get back to your encampment eventually. And I should kill the music. So, you get back to your encampment, and there is the...
I make note of this, of the hobgoblin whose life I spared with Ferosti's power. I don't care what his name was. I don't even ask for his name, but I note the scar on his shoulder, and I remember the life that I gave him.
Okay.
Whether he knows it or not, he owes me a favor.
You think he does. He definitely looks at you a few times during the journey. That's,
Yeah.
It's an unusual look for a hobgoblin to give another hobgoblin.
Who knows what he saw on the other side? I mean, his soul was slipping out of his body for an instant there, and then Verossi swooped in and made some dark dealings with Valumbra in a quick second. The phones must have been ringing off the hook at their offices. Rush order in.
So you get back to the area. Your leader looks around and says, "Well, where is Grack?"
I think we're dour. They got him. Stuck him with a sword.
Farmers?
And
We shall hit them tomorrow. We will slay the entire village. They will pay for what they have done.
It was fine steel. Say, tell them. And I nudge the guy who brought him down.
The,
With 5 more hobgoblins, we'll burn the town to the ground, and you may wield the nice shiny longsword.
the Dark One speaks the truth. The man had rings of iron across his body, and a steel sharp as a razor, made out of the finest steel. The sword, sharp as a razor, made out of the finest steel. I have not seen its like. Nor was he a farmer. He fought valiantly. Truly, I threw a spear through him in the end, but I could not retrieve his gear. Anyway, the chieftain seems pretty pleased with all this, and
so yeah, I think we plan to head back to the village the next day. But until then, we've got some cows to eat. So as soon as I get pissed, I turn the cows over to the men, and we just eat their fucking cows, or to the hobgoblins.
You eat their cows.
I get enough piss.
Yep, you get plenty of piss.
Be a piss
give me a proficiency check, and we'll see if you can make some nasty poison.
See above, smile upon me as I mix these concoctions of death. So I invoke my Call Upon Faith to get a +3 to that proficiency check, I think.
Yep, that's it.
All right, so D20 plus 14 total. 31.
Oh, that's beautiful. You get some fine poison from this. Did we discuss what potency this was?
I don't think so. You probably figured it out. It's what Tyrus got a fuck ton of and dumped in the and tried to put in the water.
Right.
It sort of failed.
I think I told you to write it down. Can you check his character sheet?
I don't think I have it.
Okay.
No, I don't think you've had me write it. I mean, I've got some stuff about a nightshade, but nothing about like what poison. So how many?
This was an ingested poison, right? And we wanted it to happen. It was the 2 to 12 hour. Okay, so it's type G.
Okay.
Type G, ingested poison. It can work injectedly, if that's a term, but at half strength.
And what's the full strength do?
20 damage on a failed save, 10 damage on a passed save. So enough to kill pretty much anybody, unless they're like a player character.
How many doses?
You got a 31 on your check, and you had how many? 6?
6 roots.
So you have.
Each root can make 2 doses.
Yeah, so you should have 12, and then you got a little bit extra because of all the extra roots. So I'm gonna say you have 15. That 31, you did it great. You used just the right amount of everything.
Just the right amount of ox piss.
Just the right amount of ox piss. Just the right amount of water. It was at the right temperature. You know, everything went really well.
All right, that'll be fun. Except it takes 2 to 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to be like peppering people with my poison-coated bolts and running away and raking in the experience some days later.
Mm-hmm. Well, poisoned weapons are nasty.
Right. Well, I think this campaign is off to a fun start.
Yeah.
We should probably bring it in for a close. We've been going for like 5 hours now.
Yeah, why don't we do what happens next week?
Say that again? Do what happens next week?
Yeah, why don't we see what happens with the rest of the story next week?
Yeah. And the week after that, and the week after that.
Yeah. I guess let's do some experience. And while I calculate that, can you play sometime? Does Monday work for you at all?
Yeah, Monday should probably be fine. We'll figure it out off stream.
Okay. So let's see. You killed 1 farmer plus 1 second level fighter.
Yeah, but that's split amongst the 3 of us.
Yeah.
I murdered 1 hobgoblin.
Well, between the 2 of you.
Yeah, I killed 1 hobgoblin.
Let's see. You mined some roots.
Yes, I got some nightshade roots.
And you not only did you harvest them, but you actually then got ox piss and made the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you 400 for brewing your poison. Proper raid on the town, but you lost a dude.
Yeah.
So just 50 experience for the raid.
But brought one back.
Yeah. 100 experience for the raid. Raids are cool.
I got an elf slave. Talked to her.
Oh,
but-
that's right. You killed the dude at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the hobgoblin that I killed.
Yeah.
Uh,
25 for the hobgoblin. You have a
35
slave.
for the hobgoblin, or did you change? The
Oh, is it?
experience?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Sounds about right. Let's see, what else did you do? You had a vision from Verasi. That's experience worthy.
Evil Harry Dead suggests I should shoot the poison in people's mouths.
Doesn't work that way, but it kind of does. That might work. So let's just round it out to an even 1,000.
Nice. Divided by 2 amongst my classes. Do I get 10% bonus as a rogue? Because I have 16 decks, or does it not split up that way? Yeah, it should, right?
I think it should.
Yeah, so I'll get
If it
5.
shouldn't, it will. That's
So
cool.
I get 5. I'm at 550 as a rogue, 500 as a priest.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything else we need to say, or shall we pick up with Silac of the Firebrand Hobgoblins next week?
I think we should do that next week. I just want to... Yeah, I think that totally works. There's no rule against it. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. And that's it. Bye-bye. Take care.
Verasi.